everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 bats, and we got on April 27th, we got the Philadelphia Phillies traveling across the state, heading out west to play the Pittsburgh Pirates. Battle for the Pennsylvania bragging rights. Leading off for the visiting Phillies, playing left field, Billy Hamilton. Batting second, playing center field, Ed Delaney. Batting third, playing right field, is Chuck Klein. Batting fourth, playing first base, is Don Hurst. Batting fifth, doing the catching, is Spud Davis. Batting sixth, playing third base, Pinky Whitney. Batting seventh and playing second base, Francisco Thomas. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Honey Sand. And on the mound, rockin' Robin Roberts. Batting ninth for the Phillies. And for the hometown Pittsburgh Pirates, leading off, playing shortstop, Hornus Wagner. Batting second, playing center field, Paul Warner. Batting third, playing right field, Fred Clark. Batting fourth, playing left field, Ralph Kiner. Batting fifth, playing second base, George Grantham. Batting sixth, playing third base, Pie Trainer. Batting seventh, playing first base, Gus Sir. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Johnny Gooch. And on the mound and batting ninth for the hometown Pirates is Sam Lever. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. As Philip Reynolds joins us here tonight. And to lead it off here for the Phillies is Billy Hamilton. He's batting .233 with a homer and 1 RBI. This is Sam Lever's second appearance. He's 0-1 with a 10.12 ERA. And here's the pitch to sliding Billy Hamilton. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want to do is walk Billy Hamilton. Hamilton down at first with a lead-off walk. And he'll probably be off and running here. And Hamilton will be it'll be a 27. So that'll be a 53 or lower. He's safe at second. And he's in there with a stolen base. That walk turns into a double, more or less. Hamilton down at second now for Ed Delaney. Delaney hitting .400 on the year with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. Let's see if he can drive in Hamilton. A single will probably score Hamilton easily. And that is going to be a 19 on an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And he's going to look the runner back to second, fire over to first. That'll be out number 1. Billy's still down at second now for Chuck Klein. And Chuck Klein comes to the plate, batting .379 with a homer and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. 51 on a 4. And that's going to be barely fielding column 1. That's going to be popped up in the foul territory near the stands. And that'll be out number 2 as Gus makes the catch. So you can see the Phillies' upcoming schedule. They got one more game here against the Pirates. Then the Cardinals come to town. And then after that, the Reds come to town. And now you got Don Hurst up. Hurst is batting .250. He's got a homer and 5 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. So the walk and the stolen base gets stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the first. Phillies nothing. Pirates coming to bat. Wagner, Warner, and Clark do up here. And Hornus is batting .286. No homers and 5 RBIs going up against rockin' Robin Roberts. This is his second appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with a 7.5 ERA. Here's the pitch to Wagner. And that's going to be a 19. That's going to be a fly ball. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball back to Rockin' Robin. He's up with it, fires over the Hurst at first for out number 1. Paul Warner up now as Legend Sports Universe joins us. Legends just had a great game. Check it out. And is franchise all-star playoffs between these Pirates and the Giants. And Paul is batting .333, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a 18. That is going to be a ground ball down the Heine Sand at short. He's up with it. He fires over to first. And that'll be a quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And it's up to Fred Clark to keep this inning going for the Pirates. Clark's batting .308. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball back to Rockin' Robin. And he's up with it again. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. And that'll bring up Ralph Kiner now. And sorry, so it'll bring up Spud Davis, Whitney, and Thomas. And Spud's batting .367. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clark. That'll be first out of the inning. And up to the plate now will step Mr. Pinckney Whitney. And Whitney's batting .222. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. So 1 out walk. Got Pinky out at first for Thompson. And Thompson's batting .345 with no homers and 4 RBIs. Can he get something going here with a runner down at first? Excuse me. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Sam. 31 on a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to fire down the short. And he'll get the lead runner, but they won't be able to turn 2. So now you got Thompson at first for Sand up at the plate with 2 outs now. Sand's batting .176. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be against 20. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Ralph Kiner waits for it, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. And the Phillies strand 1 to the bottom of the second we go. And we got Kiner, Grantham, and Trainer due up here. Ralph's batting .286, 3 homers and 7 RBI. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Ralph Kiner has just hit a home run, folks. And that makes it 1-0 Pittsburgh. Ralph got a jolt in the net, hits that out there near the scoreboard on the left. And that brings up George Grantham. Grantham's batting .238. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be against righty 13. And that's going to be that's going to be a single in the center field as Delaney can't quite get to it. And all of a sudden, Roberts struggling here in the second. Still nobody out. Pie Trainer comes to the plate. And Trainer's batting .273. No homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Pie. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Delaney's got it for out number 1. And that brings up Gus Sir. And Gus batting a even 100. No homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be 18 and a 10. That's going to be a single in the center field. And Grantham with that speed should get down to third. 53. He'll get down there with no throw. So we got first and third now. And one out. And Johnny Gooch is up now. The catcher. Can Johnny deliver here and increase this lead? Make it double it. Make it a 2-0 ball game. Johnny Gooch is batting .217 on the year. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. Here's Johnny. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And 22 on a 2 should be fielding column 1. Yes, it is. And let's see here. 48. 31. So 31. That'll be a 61 or lower. He's safe at home. And he's safe at home. That'll be a sacrifice 5 by Gooch. And that doubles the lead here. Makes it 2-0. Runner down at first. And Sam LEEVER's up now. And anybody that watches this channel knows we don't need no stinking DH. As Sam LEEVER's 0 for 2 this year. Can he help his own calls out? And nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the sand. He'll go to short way over to second. And that'll end the inning. But the Pirates score 2. As we go to the top of the third, it's 2-0 Pittsburgh. We got Roberts due up, then back to the top of the order, and Hamilton and Delaney. And Robin is 0 for 2 on the year as Doug Hurst joins us here. No DH is right, Doug. Here's the pitch to Rockin' Robin. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Kiner. And right left field, Ralph catches it for out number 1. Back to the top of the order, and Billy Hamilton, he walked and stole a base his first time up. And that's going to be another walk. And Hamilton again is down at first, and he's not going to waste no time, folks. He's going to be taking off again, trying to turn this walk into a double. Again, it'll be a 27. So it'll be a 53 or lower. He's safe at second, and he's in there with another stolen base. You can't afford to walk Billy Hamilton. It's going to turn into a double. So again, Hamilton's down at second with 1 out this time for Ed Delaney. Delaney grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty, 19. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Ralph doesn't have a very good arm. And with Hamilton's speed, this could be a decent chance here. A 30. So, like I say, a 56 or higher. Hamilton's in there with the first run of the ball game for the Phillies. And he's in there. An RBI single by Delaney. Hamilton's speed pays off. So it is now 2-1. They cut the lead in half. Now you got Delaney down at first. And let's see. Ed might be taking off here now. They're down by 1. And that's what you're going to see. Ed Delaney's not going to waste no time. That's a 24. And that'll be a 46 or lower. He's safe at second. And they nail him. So Gooch finally throws a runner out at second. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Chuck Klein. Klein popped up to first his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Wagner at short over to first. And that'll end the inning. But the RBI single makes it a 2-1 game as we go to the bottom of the third. We got the top of the order due up here. Hornus, Wagner, Warner, and Clark. And Hornus Wagner's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the pitcher's first time up. And not this time, folks. Wagner gets a hold of this one. And he drives that ball into the gap in right field. That'll be a stand-up double. Bounces off the wall. So a leadoff double puts the runner in scoring position for Paul Warner. And Warner's grounded out to short his first time up. Here's the pitch to Paul. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 41 on a 2. Should be fielding column 1. Yep. And he's going to grab the ball. Only play is going to be over to first, obviously, but the runner is going to get the third. So the runner advances. And now you got runner 90 feet away at third for Fred Clark. They're going to play the infield back. Clark is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the mound his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 32 and a 2 should be fielding column 1. Nope, that's barely fielding column 2. And we'll have to re-roll a dice here. And that'll be a 53. And Wagner should score with no throw, I would think. Yep, there won't be a throw. That ball's plenty deep out there near the flagpole. And that'll play another run. And it's back to a 2-run lead. Now it's 3-1 Pittsburgh. Now you got 2 outs and nobody on for Ralph. And Kiner is 1 for 1. He hit a solo homer his first time up. See if he can go back to back. Here's the pitch to Ralph. And they don't want no parts of Ralph. They're going to walk him. An unintentional, intentional walk. That brings up George Grantham now with 2 outs and Ralph down at first. George singled and came around to score his first time up. Here's the pitch to George. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Delaney. He's got room out there in deep center field for out number 3. But the Pirates score 1 on the sacrifice fly and make it a 3-1 ball game. So we go to the top of the 4th. We got Hurst, Davis, and Whitney due up here. Don Hurst flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nice play down there by Hornus Wagner. Takes a base hit away from Don Hurst for out number 1. And now you got Spud Davis up. Spud flew out to Clark his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. George has got it, tosses it over to first for out number 2. And Pinky's up now. And Pinky, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the pie. And Trainer fires across the diamond to Gus, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 goes the Phillies. To the bottom of the 4th we go. And we got Trainer, Sir, and Gooch due up here. Trainer flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a single, an infield hit for Trainer. Little Baltimore chop gets the job done. And Trainer's down at first. And let's see here. And Gus Sir's up. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be against 18. That's going to be another hit. That's in the center field, I believe. Let's check it out here. I think that's a hit. And yep, that's going to be a hit in the center field. And again, with the speed of Pie, he should make it down there to third. And there won't be a throw. So Pie's down at third, still nobody out. They go out to talk to Rockin' Robin. Already down by 2. Here's Johnny Gooch. They're going to bring the infield in. They don't want to get down by much more than this. Gooch, he had a sacrifice fly his first time up. Here's the pitch to Johnny. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And a 31 on an 8 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a single through short. And the runner on first will stop at second. So that's a single through the drawn-in infield. Out into left field. And now it is 4-1. Sam LEEVER's up now with nobody out. Runners on first and second. He's going to try to sacrifice both of them in the scoring position. Sam reached on the fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. He's trying to bunt, and Rockin' Robin can't get it over. And that's going to be bunted down to first. And the only play for Don Hurst is to fire it over to Thompson covering for out number 1. And the runners will now be at second and third with 1 out. We're back to the top of the order, and Hornus Wagner again. The Phillies are going to bring the infield in. Hornus is 1 for 2. He is grounded out to the pitcher and doubled. And he ain't going to ground out this time. He squares this one up, folks. And this might bust this game wide open. And that's going to be a double in the right field. And that'll clear the bases. A 2 RBI double by Hornus Wagner. This makes this a 6-1 ball game. And this might be time to turn the lights out here in Pittsburgh. The party's going to be over. 6-1 Pirates. And Rockin' Robin's in a heap of trouble here. When's he due up? He's due up third. Let's see if he can get out of this mess. He might only have one more batter if they reach. That might be it. So you got a runner down at second. And Paul Warner's up. He is grounded out the short and to the pitcher. Hornus Wagner down at second. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Let's see if Hornus is going to tag up. He really doesn't need to. A single is going to score him. So let's check it out here. 37. Like I say, I think he's going to stay put. 24. Let's see here. 24. That's a 4. He's going to stay put. Like I say, a single is going to score him anyway. So he's going to stay put. Fly ball out to center field for out number 2. And now you got Fred Clark up. Clark is 0 for 1. He is grounded out to the pitcher and has a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. He'll fire over to first. Thompson will. And that'll end the inning. And we're going to make a little bit of an adjustment here with these fielders. Move Thompson a little bit so you can see him better when he's down there. When a runner's down at second. Give me 1 second, guys. Do a little bit of an adjustment here. Go to the ballpark. Move the second baseman just a little bit. And that should do it. And that should do it. See if that looks a little better when there's a runner down at second. All righty. So we go to the top of the fifth. You got Thompson, Sand, and probably a pitch hitter here for Roberts. And Thomas is 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a base hit, I believe. Let's see here. Against the righty, a 20. And no, that's going to be a nice play down there by Hornus Wagner. He just robbed Thompson of a hit. Hornus Wagner showing off the leather and the bat today. That is out number 1. Heine Sands up now. He flew out to left his first time up. And that's going to be popped up on the infield. And Hornus is going to make that play for out number 2. Like I say, that's going to be it for Robin Roberts. He got lit up here today. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here and try to keep this inning going. And Cy Williams. Well, we'll save him in case we need some pop. Let's see here. Lou Doris is going to come in here and pitch hit. See what we're going to bring in. See what he can do here. See what Fred can do. Fred is 0 for 2 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. There's nobody on 2 outs for him. And that's going to be a rare play, a 41 and a 14. That's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Tips that one off. And that's going to be popped up down the second. Grantham makes the catch. And that'll win the inning, folks. 1, 2, 3 go to Phillies. Now we'll see who's going to come out of the bullpen and pitch here. You got Clark, righty, and then a lefty. See what they got out there. They only got one lefty. Kurt Simmons. Let's see when the last time he pitched. I don't think Kurt's going to pitch. George Chalmers is going to come in there to pitch. So George will come in here to pitch. Try to eat up some innings here in a 6-1 blowout. And this is George's second appearance. He hasn't given up a run yet. He'll be facing the big boys, Ralph Kiner, Grantham, and Pod Trainer. Ralph is 1 for 1. He has hit a solo homer and walked. And that ball is well hit. Matter of fact, that ball is out of here, folks. Ralph Kiner with another home run. It makes it 7-1. Ralph Kiner's not messing around today, folks. 2 home runs on the day. George Grantham's up now. He's 1 for 2. He singled and flew out to center. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll make him an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. It's a nice piece of hitting by George. And George, the pitcher, is getting lit up here in the 5th inning. First 2 batters hitting safely. Homer and a single. And now you got Pod Trainer up. Pod's flown out the center and he is singled. Here's the pitch to Trainer. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Klein in right field for out number 1. And that brings up Gus Sir. See if Gus can keep this inning going. He's having a good game. 2 singles, and he's came around to score his last time. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Delaney in center. So 2 down now. And now you got Johnny Gooch up. And the Gooch is 1 for 1. He's got a sacrifice fly and an RBI single. And that'll be our ground ball down the sand. He's up with it, goes the short way to Thompson. And that'll win the inning. Pirates get 1 though on a home run by Ralph Kiner. Strand 1. We get to the top of the 6th. It's a 6-run lead. We got the top of the order due up here against Sam Lever, Hamilton, Delaney, and Klein. Billy Hamilton has walked twice and stolen 2 bases. And they finally get him out. That's a ground ball down to Hornus Wagner. Over to Gus for out number 1. Ed Delaney's up now. And Ed is 1 for 2 with an RBI single, and he got caught stealing. He's also grounded out the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Pie Trainer at third. Across the diamond for 2 outs. It's up to Chuck Klein here to try to eat into this lead or keep this inning alive at least. Chuck's 0 for 2. He's popped up the first and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a 8 against a 19. That's going to be a fly ball out to Fred Clark. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go to Phillies. To the bottom of the 6th we go. And we got the pitcher due up Lever. And then the order's going to flip over to Wagner and Warner to double W's here. Sam Lever is 0 for 1. He's been on base once with a fielder's choice, and he had a sacrifice bunt. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 35 on a 2 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a nice play by Chalmers. He fires over to first for the first out. Sam grounds out to his counterpart. Here comes Hornus Wagner now. And Hornus has gotten 2 doubles on the day and 2 RBIs. He grounded out to the pitcher his other time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Thompson at second. And that'll be 2 quick outs. And that'll bring up Paul Warner now. Paul keep this 6th inning going. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out to short first and flew out the center. And that's going to be a comebacker. George has got it. Fires over to over to Hurst for out number 3. To the 7th inning we go. Talking about Hurst. It'll be Hurst, Davis, and Whitney due up here. Don Hurst is 0 for 2. He's flown out the left, and he's grounded out the short. And he's got a hold of this one, folks. See how far this ball is going to travel. Our ball is out of here. Don Hurst put a nice touch on that one. That'll clear the right field wall. And Hurst makes it a 7-2 ball game. Spud Davis is up now. And Spud's 0 for 2. He has flown out the right and grounded out the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second again. Grantham's got it. And Sam settles down after the home run. And you can see the Phillies are 3 and 4 with a .265 batting average, a .327 on base percentage, slugging .471 with an OPS of .798. The Pirates are 4 and 2. They're batting .266. On base percentage of .330, slugging .539 with an OPS of .869. And Pinckney is up, and Pinky is 0 for 1 with a walk and grounded out to third. And that's going to be another ground ball down the third. Pie Trainer's got that. That'll be 2 outs. Thompson keep this inning alive here. Thompson's 0 for 2. He reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out the short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Clark. Now to win the inning. 1, 2, 3. To the 7th-inning stretch we go, 7-2. Wasn't a 1-2-3 inning. I forgot about the home run. Yeah, the home run there. We got Clark, Kiner, and Grantham due up here. And Fred's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice and has a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be a base on balls. Clark's aboard here with a leadoff walk. George is going to be due up second. So they're trying to get him through this inning. And that'll bring off Ralph Kiner. He's already hit 2 home runs today. Can he get number 3? Not quite. That's going to be popped up. Got under that one. Down the third. Pinky's got it for out number 1. And up to the plate now is Grantham. And Grantham's 2 for 3. 2 singles and he's flown out. And that's going to be against the 8. That's going to be a single in the right field. And let's see here. A 3 will be a 49. And a 33. 33 will be a 63 or lower. Clark's ends up down at third. And he's in there at third. So that's a single. And a runner now down at third, first and third. And again, that's going to make the Phillies bring the infield in, already down by 5. And Pie Trainer's up. Pie is 1 for 3. He's flown out the center and right and singled and came around the score. And that's going to be a 26, a second baseman, 22 on a 7. And that's fielding column number 1. And that's going to be out at first. The runner holds third. And the other runner gets down to second on the 6-4-3 put out. So now you got second and third and 2 outs. I don't know if you can hear it. It's pouring here right now. In Maryland, we need the rain. And you got Gus Sir up now. Gus is 2 for 3, 2 singles, and he's flown out the center. Can Gus add to this 7-2 lead? And that's going to be a base on balls. That's going to fill him up. No place to put him. Johnny Gooch is up now. Can Johnny deliver here with the bases full? Johnny's 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. He has a sacrifice fly, RBI single, and he's reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to end the inning. That ball is popped up. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. So he gets out of the inning with nobody scoring. Bases loaded. To the top of the 8th we go. You'll have Sandu up, a pitch hitter for George, and then back to Hamilton. Heine is 0 for 2. He's flown out the left and popped up the short. And that's going to be a comebacker. Sam's got it over to first for out number 1. See who's going to come out here and pitch hit. Against Sam. Richie Ashburn's going to come off the bench here, see if he can get on board. They need base runners in the worst way. And Richie is 0 for 4 on the year. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Ashburn out. So that's 2 down now. And back to the top of the order, and Billy Hamilton. Hamilton's walked twice, stolen 2 bases, and grounded out the short. Here's the pitch to Hamilton. And that's another base on balls. And Billy's just going to take off and run just for the hell of it, he says. See if he can get his third stolen base of the year. And it'll be a 27. That'll be a 53 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there with his third stolen base, 3 walks, 3 stolen bases. Hamilton's having a feast out there. With running the bases against Johnny Gooch. Now down at second, Delaney's up. And Delaney is 1 for 3 with an RBI. He's grounded out the other 2 times. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, Sam's got himself in a little bit of a mess here with 2 outs and 2 walks. And you got Chuck Klein up now, 1 swing of a bat, and he can make this game interesting. Make it a 2-run lead. Klein's 0 for 3. He has popped up the first, grounded out the short, and flown out the right. And that's a big swing and a miss. Sam strikes him out. The Phillies strand too. That was a big out. To the bottom of the 8th we go. He's going to come out here and pitch for the Phillies. You got LEEVER. You got 2 righties and a lefty. And I think Lee Meadows is going to come out here and try to keep this 7-2 ball game. Yeah, Lee Meadows comes out of the bullpen. And this is Meadows' second appearance. He doesn't have a record with a 9 ERA. And Aaron Reed joins us here this afternoon tonight. Sam LEEVER is 0 for 2. He has reached on a fielder's choice, bunted, had a sacrifice bunting, grounded out to his counterpart at the mound. And that's going to be another comebacker. And Meadows comes in the game right away. The ball finds him. He fires it over to first. And Sam's out of there. Back to the top of the order in Hornus Wagner. And Wagner's 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. And his counterpart, Sand, makes the catch in the dirt for out number 2. Paul Warner's up now. And Paul's 0 for 4. He has grounded out 3 times, twice to the mound, once to short, and flown out the center. And that's going to be a 9 against a 13. 9 against a 13 is going to be an infield hit. Paul Warner's aboard again with 2 outs now. And Fred Clark, what can old Cap do here? Clark is 0 for 2. He's walked, had a sacrifice fly, and grounded out the other 2 times. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Delaney. That'll win the inning. Pirates strand 1. We go to the top of the 9th. Phillies need some base runners. They're down by 5. You got Hurst, Davis, and Pinky due up. Sam's trying to go the distance here. Don Hurst is 1 for 3. He hit a solo homer his last time up. And that's going to be a rare play of 37 on a 13. .37 on a 13. And that's going to be a strike 1 on Don Hurst. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be 18. That's going to be a fly ball in the center field for out number 1. And Spud Davis is up now. Can Spud get something going with 1 out? He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the second twice and flew out the right. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Hornus Wagner. It's short. And the Phillies are down to their last out. It's up to Pinky. Whitney is 0 for 2. He's walked, grounded out the third the other 2 times. And that's going to be 19. That's a fly ball out the right field. Clark's waiting on it. Cam's under it. Hits the glove for out number 3, and that's your ball game. Pirates take it to the Phillies 7-2. Take a look here at the box score. And Billy Hamilton, 3 stolen bases, 9 on the year. So the Pirates 7 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Phillies 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. You had 1 homer by Durst, and that's about all to talk about. The only other hit was the Delaney RBI. What hit was that? I can't remember what Delaney was. It a single? Yep, an RBI single in the 3rd inning after Hamilton stole second. And that was it. The Phillies 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position, left 4 men on base. And Hornus Wagner 2 for 5. Kiner and Grantham. Kiner 2 for 3. And Grantham was 3 for 4. You had Kiner, Ralph with 2 homers in this game. And the Pirates 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 men on base. Rockin' Robin Roberts didn't have his good stuff today, that's for sure. He went 0-2 on the season so far. 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, walked 1, gave up a homer. Chalmers comes in, 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 1, and gave up the second homer to Ralph. And Meadows comes in, pitches 1 inning, 1 hit. And Sam Lever goes the distance, picks up his first win of the year. He's 1-1. 9 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 5 walks, struck out 2, and gave up the homer. 3 of those 5 walks is Billy Hamilton. Let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard in the National League. You got the Pirates are now a half a game up on the Cubs. The Braves are a game back. The Reds and Giants a game and a half. Cardinals 2 games back, and the Phillies are now 2.5, and the Dodgers are 3 games back. Ed Delaney's leading the National League with a .394 batting average. Ralph Kiner now takes over the home run lead with 5, and Hack Wilson has 14 RBIs on the season. To lead the National League, Bucky Walters with a 0.56 ERA. Kid Nichols with 3 wins leads the National League, and 2 pitchers tied with 2 saves. And Ed Delaney still leading in the MVP voting, and Kid Nichols is leading in the Best Pitcher Award. I want to thank Aaron Reed, Doug Hunt, Legend Sports Universe, and Philip Reynolds. Check out Aaron Reed's channel, Legend Sports Universe channel, and Philip Reynolds. The next game will be these same 2 teams. We'll have Billy Dugalby going up against Babe Adams on the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out of the stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great evening and take care.